Paris, the city of lights, the beating heart of France, a timeless beacon of art, fashion, and culture. Yet beyond its grandeur, it's also a city of love, where strolls along the Seine River, candlelit bistros, and charming bridges create memories that linger forever. As one of the most visited cities in the world, Paris captivates with its landmark cuisine, history, and atmosphere. But like every first-time traveler, we begin with countless questions. How do we get there? Where do we stay? How to explore? What to taste? And whether the city would feel safe and welcoming. In this vlog, I'll share everything you need to know. Tips, highlights, and hidden gems. This is your complete guide to a dream Paris vacation. So let's begin our journey. Before planning your Paris adventure, make sure to check the Schengen visa requirements. Since I was traveling from India and also visiting Switzerland, I chose to apply through Swiss Embassy. But the documents required for Schengen countries are more or less same. I highly recommend complete these formalities at least 2 to 3 months in advance. It not only locks in your travel plans but also helps to grab better deals on flights and hotels, giving you more time and flexibility and peace of mind. If you are an international traveler, CDG is the primary gateway. The best and most affordable way to reach the city from CDG airport is by train, RERB or airport shuttle. From trains and metros to bus and boats, Paris offers every traveler a way to move, and each choice shapes your experience. And sometimes the best way to commute is to walk. Paris is divided into 5 zones from transportation point of view. Zone 1 mostly covers central Paris, 2 and 3 nearby suburbs. Most of the iconic places in the Paris are covered in Zone 1, 2 and 3. Zone 4 and 5 covers the outer suburbs, which covers the attractions like Versailles and Disneyland. If you are in Paris for more than 3 days, I'll recommend to go for a weekly Navigo pass covering all 5 zones for convenience and peace of mind. As soon as we arrived in CDG, we straight away went to SNCF ticket booking office and purchased and loaded the Navigo weekly card. You can get the information on the pricing and rules and validity of the Navigo pass on the website as well. Paris is overflowing with iconic experiences, monuments, museums, walking tours, food and culture. For the first time travelers, the challenge is fitting it all into just few days. That's why we chose Go City Paris Pass for our 3-day stay. It gave us access to dozens of attractions, all planned and booked in advance. Almost every major attraction in Paris requires ticket and time slot booking. Some attractions are even closed on specific days. With the Go City Pass, we reserve our slots ahead of time, avoiding last-minute stress. It even included food experiences, letting us savor Parisian cuisine as a part of our adventure. Once you purchase the pass, simply download the Go City app, load the order details, and you'll get a QR code that works at many attractions. For places like Louvre and Versailles, you'll need to book through their official website, but the pass covers the cost, so no extra fees. Paris is divided into districts called arrondissements. While the city is well connected by trains, metros and buses, travel time from your hotel to attractions really matter. And remember, Paris isn't just about tourists. Local commutes daily and mornings and evenings can get crowded. The closer you stay to the center, the pricier it gets. Balancing cost, convenience and family safety, we chose hotel in 13th arrondissement. We stayed at Ibis Hotel without breakfast and it turned out to be perfect for family of 3. We had 2 adjoining rooms with 2 bathrooms. Yes, the rooms and bathrooms were cramped, but that's typical budget hotel in Paris. Once adjusted, it was comfortable. The location was smart choice, close to the bus stop, metro station, making commuting easy. Plus plenty of cafes and restaurants nearby meant we could grab a breakfast or quick meal whenever we wanted. So if you are traveling on a budget, be prepared for smaller spaces, but with the right location, you'll save time, stay connected and still enjoy Parisian lifestyle. Now we have come to the most important part of our journey, exploring the attractions we had carefully planned and immersing ourselves in Parisian food and local experiences. Each site in Paris can take anywhere from 1 hour to 5 hours depending on the crowds and of course your own interest. As a first time traveler, our goal was to see as much as possible in just 3 days. And if you are also thinking like us, then let me take you through our day-wise itinerary. Our Paris adventure began with city's most iconic landmark, the Eiffel Tower. It was the reason we came here and nothing compares to standing beneath its iron structure for the first time.
Because usually, when people come to the Eiffel Tower, they like to take the elevator. Not you. No way. Exactly. You wanted to take the stairs. You wanted to use your legs.
With our Go City Pass, we joined a guided tour by experience first. The pass included tickets up to second floor, but we couldn't resist upgrading to Summit for an extra 60 euros. Our guide David kept us engaged with fascinating stories about tower history, myths and Paris itself. The first floor offered sweeping views, but climbing to the second, which is 116 meters high, was breathtaking. Cafes, souvenir shops and even souvenir machines added to the experience. It was crowded and waiting for the summit lift took about 30 minutes, but the views from the top was worth every second. After nearly 3 hours at the tower, we rested on the bench nearby and enjoyed our packed snack. While resting, we captured the glimpses of monument once again from various angles. Although we were tempted by French onion soup for lunch, a food truck caught our eye and we couldn't resist grabbing lunch right there. Next stop, Montmartre. Our guide had warned us not to take the stairs at Abysses station, which is 36 meters deep. But after climbing the Eiffel, we thought we could handle it. It was a big mistake. It was exhausting, so we paused, enjoyed a lively atmosphere and treated ourselves with a crepe while waiting for our walking tour. Our guide Nihal from Experience First led us through Montmartre's artistic streets, weaving stories of painters, poets and legends. It was physically demanding, but neighborhood's charm made every step worthwhile. Thanks to our Go City Pass, we refresh ourselves with champagne and desserts at listed cafe. Later, we explored on our own and stumbled upon the street performer in front of Sacré-Cœur.
I got it. Tonight's gonna be feel you to me. Like, yeah.
The electrifying atmosphere paired with panoramic views of Paris was the perfect finale. Tired but fulfilled, we took the funicular covered by our Navigo pass down the hill, enjoyed the dinner and concluded our first day in Paris. It was demanding but unforgettable. Day 2 began with a breakfast at Café Louis, fueling us for what turned out to be the most happening day of our trip. Our first stop, Sainte-Chapelle. The rain added a moody charm to the morning and we were grateful that it hadn't poured during our Eiffel Tower visit. Although we had booked 10:30 am slot, we were met with a long and messy queue. For a moment we weren't sure where to begin, but the staff guided us through and soon we stepped inside this 13th century marvel. Inside you will see 15 stained glass windows nearly 15 meters high. When sunlight streams through, the entire chapel transforms into a kaleidoscope of color, an experience that feels almost out of this world. For those who want deeper insight, an audio guide is also available for €5. Luckily, the rain paused for a while, and before heading for our next attraction, we made a quick stop at NBA's store, as my son was keen to visit this place. After some shopping, we hopped onto a bus for Pantheon. Another moment where Navigo weekly pass proved invaluable. And honestly, the most important tool for our Paris trip was Google Maps. It guided us everywhere. Standing proudly in the Latin Quarter, the Pantheon is a neoclassical masterpiece built in 18th century. Its grand dome and Roman-inspired column makes it one of the Paris' most striking landmarks. Entry here requires a museum pass, which is included with Go City Pass. Inside, the Pantheon is not just architecture, it's history. It houses the tombs of France's greatest icons, Voltaire, Victor Hugo and Marie Curie among others. Walking through feels like stepping into nation's collective memory. Visiting here added depth to our Paris journey, connecting us not just to the city but its legacy. After Pantheon, we headed to grab a quick lunch at Cozy Cafe. One of Paris's must-try dishes, croque monsieur, was on the menu, and thanks to our Go City Pass, it was included in our experience. With about 2 hours before our Louvre slot, we decided to make use of hop and off of bus tour. We scan our QR code from Go City app and settle in. If you are pressed for time, this is the best way to explore the city. Even though it was raining and seats were wet, we didn't want to miss the chance to see the Paris from open-top bus. The audio guide is also available on the bus. After passing the Arc de Triomphe, we realized we might be late for Louvre slot, so we got off and headed straight to the museum. The Louvre, World's largest art museum and historic palace, welcomed us with its iconic glass pyramid and of course long queue. Inside, over 35,000 work of art awaits, from ancient civilization to Renaissance masterpieces. The Mona Lisa draws the biggest crowd, but the museum holds countless other treasures that deserves equal admiration. Our guide David had shared the fascinating story of Mona Lisa on day one, and seeing it here made that tale come alive. Still, we couldn't do justice to the museum. It would take days to explore fully. For us, it was glimpses into human creativity across centuries. With some energy still left, we ended the day with Seine River cruise. And what an experience it was. Gliding past illuminated monuments, we finally understood why Paris is called the City of Light. The cruise was the perfect way to unwind after such a busy day. Day 2 was eventful, packed with history, art, and unforgettable views. And as the city lights reflected on the scene, Paris gave us yet another memory to treasure. Day 3 began with journey beyond the city to the legendary Palace of Versailles. Just a short train ride from Paris, Versailles is more than a palace. It's a symbol of absolute monarchy and grandeur of France. It's just 10 minutes walk from Versailles station. Built in 17th century by Louis XIV, the Sun King, Versailles was designed to showcase the royal power and opulence. Its golden gates and sprawling facade set the tone for what lies inside. At the gate, you will have to wait in a queue as per your time slot. You can also take an audio guide if you want for €5 again. The highlight is the Hall of Mirrors, where sunlight bounces off 357 mirrors, chandeliers, and glided walls. This was a setting for royal ceremonies and historic treaties, including the Treaty of Versailles in 1919. Outside, the garden stretched endlessly with the fountains, sculptures, and manicured lawns that reflects the artistry of French landscape design. Later, we returned to the city, and today being our last lunch in Paris, we decided to experience the lunch in a cafe. There is something magical about pausing a day in Paris for a lunch at a roadside cafe. As we enjoyed our meal, the city unfolded before us. Eating here felt like being a part of the city's heartbeat. The aroma of fresh bread, the chatter of conversation in French, and the steady flow of pedestrians created a backdrop that was as much part of the meal as the food itself. Post lunch, we headed towards Notre-Dame Cathedral. for our final guided tour of central Paris. The sight of this Gothic towers and intricate facade was breathtaking, but the long queue discouraged us from going inside. Instead, we discovered a hidden gem right beneath our feet, the archaeological crypt. Few visitors realize that under this square lies 2000-year-old of history, the remains of the ancient Roman city that eventually became Paris. By this point, we were tired, and with the early start plan for Switzerland the next morning, we decided to have one last taste of Paris before heading back to our hotel. Of course, we missed a couple of attractions narrowly, but that's the beauty of travel. It's always better to leave something for the next trip. Paris isn't a city you can finish in one visit. It's a city you return to again and again. Paris is a French-speaking country, and although you as a tourist is not expected to know the French, but starting a conversation with simple bonjour goes long way. You may not face any issue at the tourist places or in a restaurant and a hotel, and a simple English should work. But if you are striking a conversation with fellow commuter while traveling, there are good chances that you will have a healthy conversation. As mentioned, best way to experience any country is by commuting how locals commute, that is public transport. You can always hire a taxi or Uber, but commuting like locals will add to your overall travel experience. Be aware that it's a capital city and there are a lot of business that people commute for a work. Morning 8 to 10 and evening 5 to 7 are the busy hours, so plan your commute accordingly. As any major city with a dense population and millions of tourists, Paris is also cursed with the pickpocketers and petty crimes. Although we did not have such unpleasant experience, it's always better to take precaution and take care of your belongings, especially traveling in a metro, at a major train station or visiting a crowded tourist place. French food is famous in the world, but not all may have developed the taste for all their food. However, be prepared to try local food in case there are no options available. With millions of tourists visiting this city, there are generally plenty of food options available all across the city. Like any European city, Paris too may have unpredictable weather. So depending on the season you visit, make sure you have a rainwear or an umbrella, warm clothes for early morning or late flights, and jacket throughout the day as needed. If you are relying on exploring the city by public transport or otherwise, also be prepared to walk at least 20,000 steps in a day. Yes, you heard it right. Lot of walking is required while taking trains, changing platforms, reaching bus stops, and from there reaching to your attractions. Also, the attractions demand lot of standing, walking, as most of the attractions are huge. Make sure you take appropriate breaks in between the attractions. There are gardens, benches all around the city. Make use of them. Also, make sure you wear a good comfortable shoes. Hope this vlog will help you to plan your dream vacation in Paris. If you like this video, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.